Sorry, baby, I just don't know the words or how to conjugate them. Was it really past tense I heard, or was it present perfect? Maybe we could forget the time you faced that friend without me. Maybe we could go back to mine, pretend it never happened. Oh, when they're always out of time and they say it will be fine, well, I just can't find the lines. Oh, I know what to say when you throw it all away. Sorry, baby, I'm drifting again. Could you repeat the question? No, I guess I do not know when it first became a problem. Sorry that it's all such a mess. The words, they seem to leave me. Didn't really quite catch the rest. Not keen on it repeating. Oh, when we're always out of time and you say it will be fine, well, I just can't find the lines. Oh, I know what to say when you throw it all away. When you throw it all away. Sorry, baby, I just don't know the words. Was it really past tense I heard? Maybe we could forget the time. Maybe we could go back to mine. Well, I think that I've been drifting without you, drifting. I think that I've been drifting without you, drifting. I think that I've been drifting without you, drifting. I think that I've been drifting without you, drifting. And now I know that you've been gone. Why do I have to stay here on the ground? It's overrated. The cityscape escapes you with a sound. It's delineated. I waited at the station for an hour, but I won't make it. You take off on an updraft by the tower, and you overtake it every moment. I see you on the rise. You're drawn across the sky. Now that ink has dried, and I can't tell you why. Oh, Mimi, can you tell me there's an issue? I've seen it clouded all around you. I hear you tell me there's an issue you've seen before. Oh, Mimi, can you tell me there's an issue? I've seen it clouded all around you. I hear you tell me there's an issue you've seen before. And I can't tell you why. Oh, I can't tell you why. Why you have to stay here on the ground? It's overrated. The cityscape parades you with a sound. It's delineated. No one here has even learned your name, but they all claim that they saw you land and land to do the same. But they won't make it every moment. I see you on the rise. You're drawn across the sky. Now that ink has dried, and I can't tell you why. Oh, Mimi, can you tell me there's an issue? I've seen it clouded all around you. tell you why.
Alrighty, folks. Good morning to everyone. This is Nerdy Live in the morning. I'm your host, Nerdy John, the nerdiest radio host on YouTube. Welcome to the most underrated show in commentary. Joining me, like always, it's the OG herself, the one, the only, Squatch. And how you doing?
I'm doing excellent, John. Good morning, chat.
Speaking of chat, am I reading this correctly? Someone in our chat gave someone else cooties.
That is correct, John.
Okay, we're gonna do like we're gonna
news.
Level 10 quarantine situation. Okay.
Yeah.
We can't let this spread. Okay. We can't have cooties spread in the Nerdy Live community.
Yeah.
Well, Squadron, I think I believe me and you went over Maddox before, but I just want to ask you,
Vaguely, I think.
How aware are you of the history of Maddox?
Very unaware, because I do not remember who he is.
Well, Squadron,
He's not that interesting to me.
What if I told you there was a video done by a member of Now Recording that sums up his whole history pretty fast?
Shuckmouth Mitch.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Let's go. Good old Mickey Mitch, as he hates to be called.
Mickey Mitch, the sandwich.
Mickey Mitch.
Mickey Mitch, the sandwich. But yeah,
Is it because he's always eating?
It's because he's always eating. But yeah, to give a quick TLDR on Maddox, he is an old
You have nothing.
figure.
You have nothing and you are gay.
Oh my God.
You have nothing and you are gay.
PGW.
Pidgey gifting 5
gifted.
memberships. Thank you so much, good sir.
Where is she coming from?
Oh my goodness. We're gonna be listening to people scream for a little bit.
Where is she coming from?
Oh my. There was another scream I wanted to get, but I couldn't find
Where is
it.
she coming from?
But I swear, there's a moment when he was doing the Five Nights stream where he just like screams at the top of his lungs.
Oh, good
Oh.
Lord.
I swear, me and people are friends. I swear.
As the internet's first comedian who gained notoriety for trolling and making fun of people, find himself in court suing someone for trolling and making fun of him. Let's find out today on Abbreviated Internet History. Maddox's story begins way back in 1997, when the internet was nothing but text and small JPEG images. That's exactly what
The internet wasteland, the Wild
I
West.
missed the dancing baby. That dancing baby took the world by storm, John. You don't understand because you were not alive yet.
I was not alive yet. No.
Maddox's website was that he launched that year, the best page in the universe, a website that was nothing but white text on a black screen with images. To give you
Best page in the universe.
The world's first dark mode. Why did they ever change it from that?
an idea of how far back this guy goes in internet history, back then it would take almost 5 minutes to download an image that was 1 megabyte in size using a 28K modem.
What was it like living in the Stone Age, Squatchin?
I don't know. We only had dial-up at my grandparents, and we didn't really... Back then, we played in this thing they called the outside, John.
Are you talking about where the bright light is? Are you talking about that?
Yes. Go towards the bright light. Touch
Jesus.
some grass.
Dark times, Harry, dark times.
The best page in the universe made Maddox one of, if not the first funny man on the internet, and became one of the most popular websites at the time. This was before the times when the entire internet was reduced.
What?
the continent they started with. I was like, that's Africa.
I think that's
Using
just
my
stock footage.
geography.
I think that's just stock footage that,
Yeah, I know.
that Mitch is using.
Used to 3 main
But
websites.
it was stock footage of Africa. He was thinking of beavers at that time.
Beavers is always on the mind, it seems.
YouTube, Facebook,
True.
and Twitter. People would check back constantly for new funny articles, from things like, your kid's drawings suck, to hippies being killed, to, can you find 6 things wrong with this picture? You know what? This is one thing I can agree with Maddox on. He would eventually write a book in 2006 called The Alphabet of Manliness, which became a New York Times bestseller, before making the transition to YouTube with The Best Show in the Universe in 2010.
Welcome to the best show in the universe. I'm Maddox.
Oh my god, the sound balancing, my god.
Yes, Maddox seems unable to produce a title without the words "in the universe" at the end, and it's going to become a theme.
He's just a being on brand, Mitch. Why you gotta be like that?
A bean? Now you just reminded me of that Killer Bean movie.
Killer Bean
Dick
movie?
Must-
What?
Oh yeah, like 2008, there was a Matrix. Actually, the guy who did the special effects for the Matrix movies released a movie on YouTube called Killer Bean. But we're getting sidetracked. Let's get to Dick Masterson.
Masterson is an internet satirist who entered the stage in the mid-2000s, gaining notoriety for writing the book Men Are Better Than Women, where, as the title self-explains, he lists ways that men are better than women. Around this time in 2007, Dick would appear on The Dr. Phil Show for several episodes inside the Dr. Phil house, where Dr. Phil tried to get him to respect women.
Women line up to date guys like me, and you've had them all on your show.
I don't see any women lined up to you, and I would definitely be at the end of that line.
Well, if you hit the treadmill a little more, you'd be at the front.
Damn it, lady nerd artist.
failed.
Head out of the gutter, please.
Oh no! Oh no!
Pidgey, not you too.
Oh my god! Dick's beginning. Dick's rise. Yes, yes. Okay, children, let's get all the
And get your giggles out.
yeah. The serious, gosh darn it, okay? Serious topic we're talking about here.
Failed
For
spectacular.
real.
Dick
Serious
met
business.
Maddox through a mutual editor that they had teamed up with to produce a couple of TV pilots that went nowhere. After being rejected by the mainstream, they knew they'd have to take things into their own hands.
The
True, John Bon Zombie. Last in line is still in line.
On May 20th, 2000.
Yeah, she didn't say, oh, I wouldn't be in that line at all. She said she would still be in it.
Yeah.
2014, Maddox and Dick Masterson launched The Biggest Problem in the Universe podcast, where the two would banter and compile a list of every problem in the universe and ranking them from big
And recording in the storage closet, it seems.
Miss Soggy.
On May 20th,
Speaking of
2014,
closets. Oh my God.
Maddox and Dick Masterson launched
closet
The
kept him
Biggest Press
consistent.
and ranking them from biggest problem
He wasn't allowed out of the closet until he at least made 5 streams.
to not a problem.
Yeah.
The show spanned 107 episodes and featured their sound engineer Sean and New York-based comedian Asterios Kokonos. In November 2015, the moment that sparked a chain of events that would forever change these two took place. While at a wedding,
Feel better,
Dick
Spec.
was spotted leaving with Maddox's ex-girlfriend known as 80s Girl. Yes, ex-girlfriend. They'd only been broken up for years. Years, Dick! The words of heartbreak were still fresh for Maddox, who had already moved on to a new girl known as Mental Jess, who he was living with and bought furniture with together. Despite all this healing Maddox had apparently done, it was still too soon for him.
Do we want
and he
to
was
read
too
this?
damaged.
So to
You're
give
right.
you TLDR, they had already had a pretty rocky relationship beforehand. But Dick at a wedding hooked up with his current girlfriend, 80s girl, and
Mm-hmm.
Maddox was upset about that because even though it had been years since him and 80s girl dated, he thought that Dick still violated the bro code in some way, shape, or form.
Were they ever bros to begin with?
They were friendly acquaintances. Which
So not bros. So the bro code does not apply.
Exactly. And Maddox would then use his then current girlfriend at the time, who's been nicknamed Mental Jess because of how insane she is. She would try to get 80s girl fired from her job at a elementary school because she was a teacher.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
So much so that Maddox filled 80s girl's phone with messages and sent her a handwritten love letter, which was later found by Dick and read aloud at a live show.
You are still the person I think of when I
That I think about when I want to smile and then want to is crossed out.
Gotta go with stronger wording, guys.
Get a new piece of paper. Start over. You're right at the beginning.
So yeah, he sent her
True.
this love letter with a bunch of grammatical errors.
Go to the
God.
stationery
Type it
store
up,
and
use
get
spell
some
check.
cardstock.
No, that's it's not personal enough.
I mean, he didn't even fucking rip it off the pad.
Yeah, but if you
correctly.
use spell check and then you copy down what you've spell checked onto physical paper.
No, okay. Maddox does not do things like that, okay? Which you will quickly understand.
Well, maybe he wouldn't get made fun of so much.
This is sloppy romanticism. This is sloppy.
We're getting a little bit too far ahead with that. Let's get back to Dick and Maddox's breakup. So months of tension would go by until May 31st, 2016, episode 107 of The Biggest Problem in the Universe, when Maddox would be joined by not Dick, but by longtime guest host Asterios Kokonos.
But the show has run its course, and I think we've solved it. We found the big list of problems. We got every single problem in the universe.
Yeah. The show would then end with Dick launching his own podcast on a brand new podcast feed called The Dick Show, along with Sean the audio engineer. And Dick's new show featured guests, talked about what made Dick rage, and new characters would emerge such as Madcucks, a satirical take on Maddox created by a Dick Show viewer. Audio engineer Sean would try to remain friends with both Dick and Maddox, but Maddox didn't like that he was still friends with Dick, and Sean would eventually side with Dick. Maddox launched his own new show after The Biggest Problem in the Universe called The Best Debate in the Universe.
You want to know the problem with that, though? Maddox?
No debates?
Not really. No, they were lame debates. Maddox would use the feed, the iTunes feed of The Biggest Problem in the Universe. And to give you an idea, The Biggest Problem in the Universe was one of the biggest independent podcasts that you could listen to on the iTunes feed.
Bruh.
It had a massive audience. And Maddox was retroactively using that already established fan base to boost the numbers for his new show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which was pretty much the old show, but was just Maddox debating himself. A fatal mistake Maddox would make would be reusing the same iTunes feed that was used for Biggest Problem in the Universe. Listeners of the old show, The Biggest Problem in the Universe, all of a sudden had Maddox's new show, The Biggest Debate in the Universe, forced into their podcast feeds, whereas Dick Masterson started his new show from scratch. In November,
The lawsuit. This is the best part of the story right here.
December 2017,
Normally
Maddox
is.
filed a lawsuit against Dick Masterson, Asterios Kokonos, Patreon.com, and several others for $20 million.
He included Patreon in this. You want to know why?
Patreon?
You want to know why he included Patreon?
Why?
Because they wouldn't take down Dick's Patreon.
Well, did he break TOS?
No.
Then why would they take it down? Maddox,
Because
what are you doing?
'cause
Maddox, stop being dumb.
Because Maddox wanted his show taken down. And like in
Well,
the
Maddox, we don't always get what we want.
and like in the lawsuit,
Co-partner.
he's trying to link the customer service guy that he talked to with Dick, and it's just it's a circle.
Bruh.
Goes round and round and round.
Using lawyer Kevin Landau, a dog bite attorney who specializes in suing people who receive dog bites.
Here's how Kevin Landau makes his money. He sues giant companies to try to get a settlement. Kevin Landau has sued NBC Universal, Playboy, Brad Gray Entertainment, and now Kevin Landau is suing the world's largest PR company, the company that I used to work for. Because 4 days after I'm served the lawsuit, there's an article in PR Week and in Ad Week saying, giant company gets sued.
Oh yeah, Maddox got Asterios fired from his job because Maddox posed as a woman and said that Asterios was associated with alt-right movements. when Asterios was not, very obviously not associated with any such movement.
That's what he does. He sues you. He creates a negative shitstorm of press, and then I assume he takes a big percentage of the settlement.
Yeah. The complaint that Kevin Landau filed was so messy that the judge could not understand what it was he was reading. It all boiled down to Maddox being offended that he was called a cuck.
This trial is outrageous.
And in the United States of America, the land of free speech, it is perfectly legal to call somebody a cuck, or to make fun of them. Maddox also posed as a woman called Heather S., which, as funny as that part of the story is, there isn't enough time to scratch the surface because this is abbreviated history, so I'll leave a link to Justin Wang's video down below who covered that in detail at the time. The complaint was thrown out and Maddox received nothing, but most importantly... However, the victory against Maddox did not come without casualties. On top of
We
the
missed a
stress
whole
from
bunch
the
of dick puns, by the way.
Oh no. Okay.
Dick's sloppy seconds. Dick's bro job.
Oh my
Dick's
god.
stroke out.
Y'all are having a field
Dick
day.
out. I love it when they do this. My favorite part of the day is chat.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys make
Dick's
the show
sex
worth
change.
it.
What?
What?
Dick's gonna get cucked.
deal suffered by all parties involved, Asterios Kokonos would lose his job as a result from Maddox's actions posing as Heather S.
So, yes, because I lost my job. Like,
how did you lose your job? How did you lose your job?
This thing.
Yeah. Back in the day, he interviewed Asterios over this whole thing.
Crazy. It's why I need my crazy
The
juice
judge won't even
to
acknowledge
stay
it.
sane.
Before filing the LOL suit in 2017, Maddox had filed to trademark the name The Biggest Problem in the Universe. Dick counterclaimed to prevent Maddox being the sole owner of the show, seeing as they made the show together. To prove that The Biggest Problem was not a dead property and that it was still getting downloads, and remember, Maddox had been redirecting people subscribed to the old show to his new show, Dick logged into his iTunes account to get some stats. But Dick made a mistake.
I had to gather evidence to show that people were still listening to the feed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is great right here. Pay attention.
So I logged into my iTunes account to see, to get some analytics. So I logged into my Apple ID to get some download stats on the, on my archival Biggest Problem feed.
Mm-hmm.
I logged into the wrong account because who logs into these things, you know? I logged into my Dick Masterson account and I said, oh my, what is this?
You got to be kidding me.
It said, that's the best debate in the universe.
Dick stumbled.
He had the information for Maddox's new show.
Uh-oh.
I'll wait till you see what he does.
Upon the entire catalog of Maddox's new show, The Best Debate in the Universe. This entire time, Dick had access to his nemesis' show, and had Maddox not filed for the trademark, Dick may have never realized this. Dick didn't want to fuck with people who enjoyed the new show. He only wanted to fuck with Maddox, so he didn't delete the show or anything malicious like that. What he did instead was recorded a short intro and inserted it into the latest episode.
Hey everybody, this is Dick Masterson. You are listening
to an episode of the best debate in the universe, or the biggest debate in the universe, whatever the fuck this show is called. I don't know why you're listening to this shit, but you are listening to it. There is nothing wrong with your audio player. I just wanted to talk to you for a quick second before I return you back to your show.
Explaining to the fans who may not have known what had happened and everything that Maddox had been up to, from the LOL suit to getting Asterios Kokonos fired, and where they can now find Dick. Because remember, Dick had been blackballed by Maddox.
Come on over to thedickshow.com. We'll talk about it. I'm there. Sean's there. Asterios is there. Asterios, who is now fired because Maddox pretended to be a woman online, and pretended to be a female journalist, and emailed Asterios' bosses saying that Asterios is an alt-right. Like, such a fucking crybaby. I now return you to your
Yep. Asterios, he's doing his own thing now. He's not really associated with the Dick Show anymore. They parted ways. I don't know if it was 100% negative, but, you know, he's doing his own thing on his own podcast network. But yeah, that's a little bit
to do that?
a little bit of a brief history with everyone's favorite bald dude on the internet. Next to me.
Bruh. Well,
And-
my favorite bald dude is Lord Vega. I am not shy about that.
That's fair. That's fair. It's Lord Vega.
It's Lord Vega. Okay.
You can't compete with that.
You know, he taught himself all of his editing shit by just watching YouTube videos?
And that's the awesome part about it.
Exactly.
So, folks, Maddox came back a couple months ago. He started out by making a video calling Justin Wang a plagiarist, which was actually a hidden video to talk about Asterios coconuts. And then he also...
So the Mama Max effect.
Yes. And then he made an almost 3-hour video on his side of the story when it comes to the whole lawsuit situation. He's finally talked about that. And of course, throughout all these 3 hours, he's the victim. You might have seen Tommy go over portions of this video. Well...
I don't think so.
Well, Tommy's gone over portions, because no way Tommy's going to sit through 3 hours of this nonsense.
Yeah.
Maddox has decided to release each individual chapter of this 3-hour-long video as its own separate video. So, like, you know how people make compilations? You know, he's doing the reverse of that. He's making one massive video and releasing it in parts. And he did a live Q&A for this too, because he's really trying to get the ball rolling on destroying Dick's career, which unfortunately he's not been able to do. And Dick, on his end, decided to live react to the Q&A. So we're watching a reaction of a reaction. Reacception.
React harder, John. React
are.
harder.
We react the hardest, Squatchin. I thought you knew this already.
Always. I'll be right back. Enjoy my chair.
All right, we're getting the Hassan effect now. Well, folks, if you haven't already, consider hitting that like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Hit that bell for all notifications. Dick's rocking hard with Justin. Oh my god. I was thinking about that. You know, like Maddox is really obsessed with two guys named Dick and Wang. You know, is Squanchin this show's version of Maggot Edits, a female co-host with a monotone voice and a lovely personality? Well, you know, Squanchin came first. She wasn't. She came before Maggot Edits. I guess she is the closest comparison we have, though. Yeah. Technically, yeah. Did I just get called a simp? Oh no. But yeah, Spectre, contain yourself, boy. No cooties are allowed here. I'm gonna play a little bit of this because it kind of gets a little while to get this going.
Let me make sure.
Shouldn't he have like a turtleneck sweater for this? The way he's talking.
I'm just glad that he's finally touching on the Eric July situation.
Finally, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So oh shoot. Oh I'm actually opening up After Effects. 1 second. Let me close that. No, do not open that. No, don't. Okay, shoot. To explain this part, in the the 3-hour-long video Maddox tried to make exposing Dick Masterson, there's a part where he shows, look how much this guy's tweeted about me. But it's a reverse graph. So, like, obviously, like, it shows that Dick's tweeted about him less. And then in the years of the lawsuit going down, obviously Dick is going to be tweeting about Maddox a lot during that.
Finally teaming up.
So in the final section of the video, I said, and this is a prediction, I said, you guys are going to try to find any little thing you can to discredit this entire video, no matter how small it is. But there's too much here. Like, this is what you're trying to do to discredit this entire video. So you guys are acting like
2-hour video.
Reverse chronological order, right? So this is the years are going backwards in time, like from most recent to least. Excuse me.
Yeah.
From most recent to least.
Deceptively.
So if you listen to this section, I'm going to play this section just for the 10, 15 seconds or so.
Explain why
and
it's okay.
See what the point of this section is. Let's see
I'm
if you
talking
guys
about
can
you more.
Use your listening skills.
Yeah, as you can see, guy, Maddox is insufferable to listen to. There goes my strip club money. Oh no.
Understand this, all right? Here, I'm going to pause the music. I'm going to rewind.
Luke asked how much for a live weigh-in. Okay, listen. $500.
Small sample of the
now you're talking.
Obsession.
In 2021 alone, he tweeted about me over 380 times.
The year before that, 475. Okay, already there's 2 context clues as to what's going on. That this is a
context clues, ladies and gentlemen. Context clues.
Reverse chronological
but what's the
order.
point? That means he's talking less about you over time, which is good.
On the screen right now. It's the numbers.
Just say he's made this many tweets about me. You don't need to make a graph.
All right, that's the first context clue. The second one is an audio clue.
Maddox, we know it's backwards. Why is it backwards?
All right, now listen again. Listen to how many times I say the word before.
All he has to do, he could have just said he's tweeted about me this many times in this many years. But instead he had to make a fucking animated, and he had to make an animated graph though. It's like he's that autistic. It had to be a graph.
It's going up.
And look at the numbers. You can see they're going in reverse chronological order.
Because I guess it's more interesting that way.
Why'd you combine the years then? Why'd you combine the years?
Disingenuous.
Why'd you combine the years?
That
it doesn't make sense.
The point of the section.
It's like,
why'd you combine the years, Maddox? Why'd you combine the years?
That's not the point of the section. I never said that.
This is so fucking stupid.
What the point of the section is that he tweets about me.
Just say, yeah, it was pretty stupid.
Yeah, why did you make it into a graph then, Maddox? Well, you can say here, if I make it into a graph, it makes it more interesting. That's the comedy. Oh yeah. If you guys can't remember, Maddox is supposed to be a comedian. Context clues. What is this? Blues Clues? Nah, Blues Clues is more intelligent, my friend. Blues Clues is more intelligent.
Stupid. I probably should have done that in hindsight. You know, you make mistakes.
I didn't even have this graph in the video. All right, let's just say instead of
this guy is fucking insane.
Video, I only had 1 year of data, 2021. Let's just say that's where the graph cut off, right? In the year 2021, he tweeted about me 380 times.
Who gives a shit?
Not a lot.
Yeah, it's not really a lot, especially. Like, I don't know how many of you follow Dick Masterson on Twitter, but he tweets a lot. Listen, dude, the grass...
Like a lot.
Well, I mean, not a lot, but like he tweets.
Well, I mean, compared to me,
he tweets a lot, and majority of it is not about Maddox. Actually, it's mostly about Eric July now. Ooh, speaking of Squatchin, I didn't play this part of this, but while they were waiting for him to like start the Q&A stuff, Maddox said that he was talking to Eric July. Dude, the two Dick Masterson villains teaming up.
Oh shit, the crossover nobody expected.
Nor wanted.
True.
Dick was suggesting that Maddox become a writer for one of Eric's comic books, which I would love to see personally. And during this live Q&A, Dick was trying to get Boogie to call in. I don't think Boogie ever did. To try and talk to Maddox a bit.
I don't know.
Now the argument
really
is,
not a
I also
lot.
saw someone say, "Oh, Maddox."
Would you say
in
Maddox is within lolcow guest vicinity, possibly? Do you think?
Oh,
you think
yes,
he's reached
but-
those levels.
He would make a perfect guess, but the issue is he's like, what's a lolcow? I'm not a lolcow. I'm successful. I've written books.
I mean, I wrote a book too, but it doesn't make you successful.
I publish articles because, like,
Anyone with an internet connection can quote unquote publish an article.
No, you don't understand. He's a big deal, okay? He's been on conferences to talk about his writings. He's a big deal.
I'm trying to shit on him, John. Let me have that, please.
No. This is like
He's
his,
wearing a Burger King crown.
those are always like his go-to things. Like, I'm an author. I've published articles.
Him, so of course he's gonna tweet about you every fucking second. First of all, false. You don't have to lose your fucking mind.
False. Okay, I may sue you for $20 million, but you can't be tweeting about me. False. There's a listen.
Doesn't make sense.
The point of the section.
It's like,
Why'd you combine the years,
that
Maddox?
he
Why'd
was
you
tweeting
combine
about
the
me more all
years?
time. That's not the point of the section. I never off, right? In the year 2021, he tweeted about me thousands and thousands and thousands of times.
830 people watching.
What's his
Oh my
excuse in
God.
2021?
You're gay.
the best response.
True.
Who sued him in 2021?
I have to raise all the money for that defense.
What, like 3 years? 4 years after the lawsuit?
But yeah, you sued him for $20 million, dude. Of course he's gonna tweet about you. Oh, you can't tweet about me. That's too far. That's too far.
It's not that many
What's his
tweets, Maddox,
excuse in
considering
2021?
the fucking
point of the section
timeline of
is
events.
He's obsessed.
So
and he tweets
it was
about me
okay for me to
constantly.
tweet about him while I was
And then
getting
one
sued.
other criticism I
Is that what
heard
he's
about this
saying?
graph is like,
Yeah.
I combined the last
Yeah,
2
ask
years.
him if I'm going to jail. Use my real name so he knows it's so he's like not suspicious.
Yeah. So I combined the year 20,
Call him fanboy. Anytime you send a super chat about Dick,
section of the video,
call him fanboy
I
because
read it
then
out
he'll
loud,
think that you're
and
on
it's
his
just
side.
a lot. Like if you, it's just a lot of words to constantly.
The funny thing is, the majority of people who are watching the Maddox stream are Dick fans. and still Dick, like, because they people were screenshotting like the concurrent viewer counts. Dick still had more viewers than him.
Bruh.
I think Dick had around 500 concurrent, while Maddox had around 200, maybe 300. And again, the majority of those were Dick fans watching him.
Is
Say,
fanboy going to jail?
He did this, and then in 2017 he did this, and then in 2018 he did this, and then in 2019
Ask him how the lawsuit went.
And then in 2020, it's a lot of fucking words to say. So yeah, I combined all of them to make it a little bit.
Is
like,
fanboy
man,
going
I
to
looked for
jail?
every single
Yeah.
second to possibly cut from this video.
Tell him you're a
Everything I
lawyer
could
and
see.
you're interested in
Sometimes
taking
I
out
tell him you're a
case,
lawyer.
see how he reacts.
Here and there, just to make it a
See if he's open to new representation.
Ask him if math degrees are difficult, and so is
saying that the video kind of
consistency.
flies by. But yeah, the point of this graph isn't that it's going more or less over time. That's completely irrelevant. Because
Well, why
if I
is
had
it
just
shaped like
shown
that,
one
then?
year of data,
Yeah, why? If it's irrelevant, then why did you shape it like a graph? Just show the number of times he tweeted. No, you don't understand. I have this fancy 3D software. I have to use it.
2021, that's more than once
Why
per
did
day.
he combine 2016 and 2017 into one day?
Probably because Dick maybe tweeted about him 5 times. Who knows?
Oh, probably.
He's fucking obsessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
you're usually when you have a tweet thread.
Questions. I got a.
But also in a tweet thread, you'll say somebody's name multiple times, so it's like responding to somebody.
Gams.
Yeah. He's not counting the amount of tweets. He's just counting the amount of times his name gets mentioned. By the way.
Yeah.
Gams are bad. Says it may be big general, but what's a piece of info you left on the cutting room floor? If you want to share
Good
any
question.
story
About
that we cut for
Fanboy.
time. Oh, there's so much.
Good
There's so
question.
much. I'm sure they'll come to me.
Oh yeah. And on top of everything he's already doing, he's hinting that he's going to make a director's cut of everything and include the information, the supposed damning information that he didn't include in the first draft.
Bruh.
You know, part of me respects that he's trying to come back, but this is a sad attempt to do it. Now, Squatchin,
I mean,
what's one thing that we hate seeing on this show?
false flagging.
Yes, a YouTuber by the name of Spin has made a couple of videos on this guy named Plague Moth. Now, do you know who Plague Moth is by chance?
No.
He is a reaction channel, but what he reacts to is dark web gore videos. What you see on his YouTube
Can't see it,
channel.
but I'm making a face.
Yeah.
Gore videos?
Yeah, really disturbing gore videos, yeah. And what he puts on his YouTube channel is heavily censored without audio, and then if you go to his Patreon page, you can see the full
Uncensored, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Spin tweeted this yesterday. Just woke up to see both of my Plague Moth videos have been hit with a privacy complaint. Awesome. And this isn't like the only instance of him doing that. He actually has a history of doing this. He did an interview with Turkey Tom. And he mentions in this video, because there was another creator, I believe by the name of Meme Frog, who did a video on him, and he also privacy complained to that one too.
The fuck?
Here we go. Oh, and he's done this to Spin multiple times, by the way. So yeah, let's get to the part where he starts talking about this. Here we go.
Quote, I like to diddle kids and things like that. Spinling's one of those individuals who, I guess, big shout out to him because he worships you, dude.
Was he saying that you diddle kids?
Oh my god. Well, implying that I have child exploitation material is technically not the same thing, but it might as well be. So
is that over Daisy's destruction? Yeah. Is that what that is?
Yes. I'm so tired of that. I've made like 3 videos about not only explaining the myths around it and like the true crime aspect of it, but like explaining here's why I don't have it and how I'm not a criminal mastermind that can just avoid jail.
Okay. But as far as the actual, I mean, fair use, like it's not, you would have been more in the right for like filing a defamation lawsuit if you think they lied rather than DMCAing their stuff, because they were, I mean, legally.
Why is Tom using light mode?
Like they.
Because Tom is a little soy. He's a little soy. This was pre-gym Turkey Tom. Okay, he's not a Chad yet.
They can use a bunch of your content if it's repurposed.
That kind of just falls on my lack of education on how to use that shit. I honestly don't care about what he said. It's more or less of how my footage is being used and being taken out of context to, defame me. So I guess.
Woman lives there with him.
I mean, if I made a mistake there, I made a mistake there. But to my knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
I was doing the right thing.
Well, I guess to give you knowledge, fair use is not.
I like those
fair use has nothing to do with defamation. It's not really, unfortunately, for you, I guess it's not really up to copyright holders how their content is used, as long as it's transformative. Technically, in terms of copyright, they're in the right. Now, if Spindling defamed you in some way or lied about you, specifically, and you can show that they intended to do that, you can, of course, file a defamation lawsuit against them. And if you think you're in the right, I mean, you'd probably win. I don't know how old Spindling is, but
that's a lengthy and expensive process.
Right, but you're still technically false copyright striking someone.
Yeah.
And again, that's even if what he's saying that Spindly did is true.
Mm-hmm.
True.
For someone who is literally just not going to stop anyway. It's so petty at that point.
Well, if you file a defamation lawsuit, they probably will stop. But as far as fair use, I mean, legally speaking, you are in the wrong for that.
And as far as that guy goes, and then fine, if it bounced back, he got his thing. And honestly, like I said, I dropped the little bit of screenshots of him being a POS that he claims I lied about all that. And then that's all the attention I truly wanted to give him. Because the way I see him is just an annoying orbiter with toxic tendencies.
What did he do, I guess, would be the question.
Okay, so oh my god, dude. Okay, so he has he's on his 5th Twitter now. I'm not the only one who's reported a few things.
He spins a little edgy boy. He's a little edgy boy.
He's denied doxing me. That was part of the issue. I know it would be brought up. He posted my docs on a few of them, including one with my legal name. Stan was one of his alts. And then I'm not talking about my first name being my docs. I'm talking about addresses and things like that would be reposted. And then he would repost content of his own and then saying, Spindling gang, things like this. So perhaps he has plausible deniability to say, oh, well, that's not me. It's, a fan and I don't control that. Fine. It's very unlikely given his behavior that everybody can see. All you got to do is go on Twitter.
So you're saying that he posted your address?
Oh, yeah. He's reposted
on an alt account.
Posted my address. Granted, it was an older address. Yes.
Was it included in some other information, or was he just posting this is his address?
It was with my name and things and I was being tagged in it. I'm actually trying to go sift through my Gmail. I don't organize or delete things to see if I can get the reports that I filed against those accounts that were his, because it was mostly done on Twitter. And beyond that,
do you know that it was him though? I guess is my question. Because I mean, anyone can make an account, right?
Yeah, I have screenshots actually proving at least one of them was him. I guaranteed one of them. It was called Based Pedos Win or something. He had a blacked out John Swan picture. And yeah, I have a screenshot of him. Yeah, dude. Okay. And I have a picture of it saying him saying, oh, this is my alt, follow my main Spindling, etc., etc. I didn't take a whole bunch of screenshots of him posting my docs. I just reported them and said, at this point, this guy's just weird and small. He's not going to stop. So I figured it was that. Right. But I have a very strong brigade against me. So, people like to sponge onto that. Dogpiling is pretty popular, especially when I'm a pretty easily targetable individual given my content.
I guess my main concern, off the bat, I'm not trying to do a gotcha thing, which is why I'm asking you, is the whole
I appreciate it.
From the onset, I don't think we ever interrupt.
I wish he would have gave Tom the screenshots to show that that Spindly confirmed that the accounts doxing him were in fact Spindly,
Mm-hmm.
I like Tom's content. I just don't trust him. I feel like he agrees with Andrew Tate on everything allegedly. What? Yeah. Y'all goofy sometimes. Y'all goofy.
Yeah, for real. What the shit?
In a second, I have something to share. It'll come to me in a second, but let me see.
Okay, think it out.
Thank you. That was Mr.
Wait, sorry, wrong. Different video now.
Interacted, and I didn't really take personal offense to it or anything, but you were like, Jerky Tom's a piece of shit, and that's why he doesn't have a Twitter account. And I was kind of confused by that.
Oh. So Plaguemon likes to take W's where it's not necessary.
We interacted, and I didn't really take personal offense to it or anything, but you were like, Jerky Tom's a piece of shit, and that's why he doesn't have a Twitter account. And I was kind of confused by that,
Oh, I want to talk about that if you don't mind for a minute.
Yeah, sure, we can talk about it.
Just for a second. And that was part of how I try to email you with it. I'm not the best with articulation, I'll admit. I did you dirty by doing you in a way that people do me, by taking the surface of what people have shown me with it. I'm oh, that's him.
no. See. He's like, Tom. You see, you and I, we're the same. We're the same. Two sides of the same coin. People make assumptions about me like I made assumptions about you. Tom, don't you see? Can't you help me, Tom?
Looking into you, and then some actual fans of yours mutual fans of ours, I should say, have talked to me, and I actually did my research, and I went, oh, I've done that a few times with knee-jerk reactions, and that's kind of what I did out of just looking at the surface, like I said, of what was shown to me, and then of course I was like, okay, what's his nuts was trying to weaponize you like an animal against me. Apparently, I'm salty, but like dick riding content creators that are larger just to try to sick them on others is kind of stupid.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it came across more like I think that that creepy reading feels like kind of like unheard in this drama, and that's why.
Oh yeah, and there's another individual that Plague Moth has beef with called Creepy Reading. He just does like creepypasta readings, from what I understand. They both seem like not all their individuals. I couldn't tell you who's in the right and who's in the wrong in that situation. Just don't talk to both of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was two of the videos that got the privacy complaint. Spinley still has this video, which was made 3 months ago. So this was after the Turkey Tom interview, because the Turkey Tom interview was released 5 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Disclaimer.
A little while ago, I made a video on the YouTuber Plague Moth, the self-titled Gore God and Hurter of Feelings. A person who makes videos on...
What was that? Lady Nerd Artist with a 5. Give me 1 second. Plague Moth can't get any other kind of W's other than posting BS where someone can't argue with him.
True.
Tom, we're the same. They bully us both. Pity me. I liked how I kind of said like a William Shatner. Tom.
I love how Peepaw is dancing next to the Amber Alert. Sorry, Peepaw.
Riveter, I'm sorry.
Disturbing subjects and is an all-around pain to deal with. So much has happened that we're making this video, which will serve as a more light-hearted companion piece delving into the many controversies of Plague Moth, YouTube's most self-destructive creator.
Hey, it's me, Plague Moth, the guy who just sells gore to kids outside!
The uncensored stuff went away as it became problematic.
He'll put up his defensive shields, like using his gender identity, or his family, or all of his stalkers, or what have you.
I really hope that loses his Patreon. I hope he loses his monetization. I really hope that someone or something happens to where he has to actually face some struggles in his life. He's some fucking neckbeard with no money himself. I'm not gonna fucking...
One of these guys, isn't it?
Who?
Haha, yeah?
No, Haha, yeah is a John Swan furry.
Well, who am I thinking of then?
Plague Moth and Creepy Reading both need the short plus. Oh my god. But no, yeah, Haha, yeah is he's a John Swan orbiter, if you remember. The second time John Swan got caught lying during the Destiny debate.
No, I had already checked out long before that. Fuck. Did he frequent Tommy's chat though?
No, not that I'm aware of. I think they've talked about Haha yeah before though on the show.
Oh, maybe that's it.
He's some fucking neckbeard with no money himself. I'm not gonna fucking... What am I gonna get? His goddamn shoes? Oh my god, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pay my bills or eat this week.
For those of you that didn't see my original video, let me fill you in. We have already covered how the content Moff makes is incredibly insensitive, as well as the fact that he'd gone out of his way to assassinate the character of and falsely accuse his detractors. This is often done by either calling and associating them with pedophiles, or just projecting and calling these people false accusers themselves.
I inevitably ended up blocking him after some time and basically just trying to explain myself as he took out of context screenshot out of context screenshot out of a Discord and really just tried to make a mess of things and smear me as a pedophile.
This was, at the time, mostly directed at the YouTuber That Creepy Reading.
Get out of my replies, you shoulder-loving pedo apologist at That Creepy Reading. Honestly, you harbored a...
Oh yeah, Creepy Reading and Plague Moth have a bad history of accusing each other of being pedos.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, yeah, it's a great drama. Absolutely fun. Totally doesn't make them both look insane.
Hardcore compilation producer, you deserve the worst, you sick fuck. I mean, I don't think half of that's true, and knowing Plague Moth, we're not gonna see any evidence for it, so it's like, why take this guy at face value?
When Creepy himself had decided to report Moff's Patreon after being autoplayed into the video 99 Stomps, a video Moff was selling of a 15-year-old being murdered. This resulted in Moff losing his Patreon, considering that he'd been warned before.
And I don't think I need to explain why the title's called 99 Stomps.
For selling the exact same videos, this was the final strike. Instead of just owning up to this brutal fact, Moff went insane and started to just deny that it ever existed, deleting rooms and hiding evidence. Moff even pedo-jacketed TCR, saying that he got all of his screenshots from Kiwi Farms and that he had never even joined or paid for the server, despite him literally having received.
Never forget, you had children watching and reading porn, and having voice chat sex with Ripper. I'll post those screens after you drop your video, you gerbil fucker.
Moff would continue with these attacks for a while, but it eventually calmed down, only for Moff to restart the toxic gossip train by making a second video on Creepy, calling him, among other things, an abuser and a pedophile who hides behind their autism to get out of criticism. In a chill stream, Moff
Did he really just say toxic gossip
He did.
train?
Because I was...
Were you about to get the ukulele treatment?
I think that was their attempt at humor.
Oh god.
Or privated right after. The ghoul even went as low as suggesting that TCR uses his sexuality to get people to lower their guard around him.
Well, TCR says that he's asexual, but he would have sex with somebody for them, which literally just translates to, well, I'm the nice guy, you don't have to worry about me approaching you sexually, but...
Also, too, Plague Moth has had people criticize him for hiding under his sexual identity because I guess he's a bi or pan, whatever. It's a mess. It's a mess, let me tell you. Let me tell you, it's a mess. Individuals that I don't think anyone here would be at risk of talking to, but just ignore everyone involved in this. Don't even poke them with a stick. Just stay 50 feet away.
This is where I decided to release my video, for upon releasing
Point
it,
and
it was
laugh
already
from a safe
outdated
distance.
Exactly.
due to Moff continuing to shoot himself in the foot with more and more drama. You can already tell how much we're going to have to go through today. So let's just see what people had to think about the video, shall we? So I'll be looking at some of the comments that were left by what I assume to be defenders of Plague Moth. Most of these I've already responded to in the comments, but I'll show them anyway. The most frequent ones that I got were asking, why did Moth get banned? This was because of a series of copyright strikes that he had taken against him. It's unknown if these strikes will be held up or not. Even so, he continued to risk everything as he started streaming videos on his second channel while re-uploading the same drama in TCR and Slime Beast on Andrea's. If TCR was trying to hide those videos, it's clear that he's not doing a good job of it. The leaving the LGBT video was him saying that he doesn't support the LGBT because he is in the LGBT. I've never made a point against or about this video in mine, nor do I care enough to. I've not even watched the video, and before you start to say that I'm jumping to accuse Moff of being homophobic, then just calm down for a second. This video was put into the video because I had seen the thumbnail and some others and I thought that it was quite funny, so we decided to put it there. Nowhere in my video did I actually make a point or an example of this video. Even so, why can't you support the LGBT?
Okay, here we go. The responses. Moff's lies. Okay, here we go.
Be a well thought out and genuine cover of everything I had to say and what anyone had to say, then you will unfortunately be surprised that all he had to say about me was to slander me as a gross racist and that I had my Twitter taken down for doxing and harassment.
I won't be participating because no clout for clowns. I've gotten his Twitters nuked about 5 times for violent sexual threats and racism specifically against black folks. Getting tired of my harassment by these nobodies being highlighted, especially with no substance.
This was said multiple times on a stream that Turkey Tom had made about the situation, where he includes my problems with Mom.
He posted my docs on a few of them, including one with my legal name. Stan was one of his alts. And then I'm not talking about my first name being my docs. I'm talking about like addresses and things like that would be reposted.
You know, part of me doesn't think that he actually responded, but if you've been with the drama, you would know that's not how Moth likes to cover things about him, so it's what I expected. Just like Turkey Tom, I too am a gross racist, except I don't even get the luxury of having a post of mine taken out of context. Sure, Tom did something cringe, what, 5 years ago? Just like how TCR is transphobic because he thought Moth's skit of him wearing a dress was goofy, and how Lazy protects predators because she watched a video about Ripper. Point is, if you believe Moth, then these words, racist, pedo, and transphobe, basically have no meaning and can be applied to anyone you don't like. The only reason he thinks I'm a racist is not only because he's delusional, but it's because he has a collection of edgy tweets that if you look at them are clearly a fucking joke. I find it funny that Moth is literally allowed to joke about the victims of horrific tragedies, and anyone who could potentially benefit him are given the green light to make off-color joke, while I say something stupid on Twitter, and now that's clear proof of genuine racist belief.
So, you see, Plague Moth is someone who likes to manipulate and twist things to get what he needs, unfortunately.
Was that a reference to our Badwick? Was that our Badwick's at? What is his at on Twitter? Badwick's. At the blue part. Is that our Badwick?
I think so. Wait, actually, it might be. Give me 1 second. It is. This order picked up by the brigade and is desperate for clout. Called into Badwick's stream using an N-word soundboard as well. Lost interest after getting his third alt banned.
It's only okay when their favorites do it. FYI, these turds are friends with a racist troll who doxes people. LOL.
Dude, this guy's the type of guy that fucking record a car crash just for his fucking YouTube video.
Keep driving, you black spear chucker piece of shit!
I know Moth has some problems with perspective. He's not really a commentary guy, even if he labels himself as one. But you would think that a dude who watches gore videos to an audience of 400,000 could figure out the intent of dark humor. It's almost like he's misrepresenting the situation to make it easier to dismiss any criticisms. Moth having a problem with criticism, I don't see how that could segue. I want to return to the accusation that Moth has accidentally watched child sexual abuse material, as these claims seem to cause a lot of confusion. This is due in part to both Moth's accusers and Moth himself intentionally or unintentionally muddying the waters.
Of course, debunking all the myths that go along with it.
Of course. These are mentally unwell individuals in this story.
Aren't they always? Don't we always cover the mentally ill?
I just wish there was like someone who was like, they did something bad, but they're mentally sound, so you can kind of talk them out of this. But no, we can't have that luxury.
Good morning, Midna.
No, again, I'm just going to clarify that we are not going to view that. I have not viewed it. We're not going to download it. I don't know where to do that, and I don't want to do that, and I have not and will not do that.
So I've put together this little section to make these allegations as easy to follow as possible. I do need to preface that this section will mention brief descriptions of CSA. If you're sensitive to mentions of CSAM or not in the right headspace to hear about these topics, please skip to the time.
Yeah, because I don't really... If I'm being honest, I don't care. Here we go, DMCA. Edited by Haha, yeah, so great. The furry edited this portion.
Remove his detractors by any means necessary, myself included. Ever wonder why it seems like every few weeks I announce a new Twitter account?
Hi, is Akitis, who I was thinking of.
and his
The
wife
Tommy
Andrea
guy.
stalk
Yeah.
As high as a
my
kite.
tweets, screenshotting them literally minutes after they've been posted, report me, and then brag when my accounts are inevitably shut down. It's ironic how Moth constantly talks down to critics when they are all bit of nobodies, but has spent months trying to shut me up. Recently, as of writing this script, Moth has upped his silencing tactics against me by outright calling me a doxer and harasser. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Let's see what recipes Moth has. Oh, it's the exact same edgy jokes he called me out for months ago. Oh look, he's responding to people asking for evidence. Let's see what he has to say. He's calling them orbiters, and replies and saying that they aren't worth his time. Fantastic. To conclude, Moth has proven without a shadow of a doubt that I'm a serial doxer. Even if this whole video didn't sway you to believe Moth is a malicious actor, this point likely will. On July 28th, Moth filed a DMCA complaint against my previous video on him. Anyone who has seen my video, even if you disagree with my arguments, could easily determine that it's cut and dry fair use. So obviously fair use that YouTube, who isn't usually known for making good decisions, sided with me and didn't even bother to remove the video.
And again, Plague Moth's excuse for the reasoning for the DMCA is because apparently he doesn't know how that works, and also, well, he's defaming me. So now, instead of going the DMCA route, he's going the privacy complaint route. Which again, if he's defaming, if what he's saying is defamation, you have to take him to court.
Hello, thank you for your message. However, we remain concerned that your copyright notification is not valid for some or all the videos identified in your notification. As a result, the content will remain live on YouTube. Sincerely, the YouTube team. This DMCA is odd to say the least and legally dubious. For starters, the biggest glaring discrepancy is the lack of phone number or address. This information is incredibly fucking important to put on a legal document if the matter ever gets escalated to court, which it probably won't, but redacting information like this would legally likely be considered perjury, as a DMCA form is a legal document even if filed online. Also, what is the point of mentioning slander and harassment? This is a copyright issue, not your fucking Discord chats. Finally, this might have been Moth's biggest slip up. I swear under penalty of perjury that I have good faith belief the material should be removed due to falsely using my story without permission. My story? Now correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think One Girl 99 Stomps, Counting with Moth, is a work of peak literary fiction. Personally, waking up to that DMCA didn't really scare me, as I already kinda knew that he'd fuck it up in some way. Just goes to show that even a 400k plus channel can't even use the system that was given and trusted to him. And people ask why the copyright system is off them, man. My personal experiences with Moth's side, I'm genuinely lucky not to have had my channel taken down. Can't say the same for him though, seeing as his was taken down just a week or two after my first video came out. I find it funny that for a guy who always shouts and brags about being the most disturbing channel on YouTube, he seems to get really pissy when you show off the disturbing things that he genuinely does, to the point where he has to try and take your videos and potentially your channels down. Keep in mind, this is a repeat behavior and he's most
Yeah, guys, I'm an edgy boy. Whoa! Why are you telling them I'm edgy? I'm not edgy. I'm not edgy whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know, guys, you know, it's okay to it's okay to be an edgy boy, you know, to be into the dark and disturbed, right? I mean, I watch like I watch Mudahar's creepypasta videos when those were coming out. I watch his dark web series, you know, where he like talks about disturbing websites through the dark web. But you know, gore videos might be a bit too far, especially if you're paying to see them. Just don't do it, guys. Just don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're paying to see shit like that, like, it's available for free on the internet if you really need to go see it. Which, if you really need to go see it, I'm going to question your life choices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like sometimes on Twitter, like you'll scroll through and then randomly you see a video of a store owner shooting like a robber. Like I don't I don't know about you folks, but I don't actively seek that out. Squatchin', do you have anything you would like to advertise to the audience today?
I'm doing some Fable 2 over on Twitch. As long as I feel up to it. It'll probably be a short stream today because I've got some recording to do on top of it. So.
Recording.
Yeah. Yeah. No Name Podcast.
Oh. Well, folks, even if Squatchin is not able to do a stream today, still go give her a follow. She just got monetized over at Twitch, so I would like to see her get more of a following, so that way she can start streaming not through her Xbox, but through a Meta PC.
Goal, exactly. The goal is to earn enough to get a Meta PC. That is our goal. And after that, it will be peripherals for the PC. I would be using my TV in the meantime, because all-in-one computers don't have a dedicated monitor.
Yeah,
that I could use for something else.
Well,
They're potatoes. They're hunks of shit.
Yeah.
I'm regretting all of my life choices from 2020.
Yeah, trust me. I am glad to be free from the all-in-ones, because me and Squatchin were in the same boat for a very long time.
Oh yeah, I only went with an all-in-one because it was more portable than a full system, and I was used to laptops. But the laptop, like over the time, the laptop screen would stop working because of the open and the close and the open and the close and the
open and the close and open and the closing.
Exactly.
I don't watch Twitch. Well, still, Squatchin has a YouTube channel that you can go ahead and subscribe to. And
Yeah, I occasionally remember to put my VODs on there.
Yeah, and also too, I mean, you get to see her on this YouTube channel, so subscribe.
Yeah. Sub here. Follow me on the Twitters if you have Twitters.
At Presnia, because someone apparently took Squatchin.
They did. They absolutely did. But I think their channel is gone now. I think Elon yeeted them.
Oh, I was about to say
they were a private 3-follower Andy for 3 years.
Oh, that's gotta suck. Your ad got stolen by a non-active account. That's gotta suck. That's what happened with Matt.
Yeah. Let's see.
Well, folks, this is Nerdy John signing out. Squatchin, you got something to say?
Bye.
Oh, before we head out, I gotta read the memberships.
Yeah, you forgot to read the memberships. What the shit?
Hey, I'm
No,
not...
they're still active. And they got 1 follower and they're following 89 other people.
Oh my god.
They joined in October of 2015.
I can feel the rage building up.
Yeah, a little bit.
Squatchin's angry.
I should follow him and see what happens.
Oh my god. And then if they accept, you gotta DM them. You're like, you stole my ad.
How much do you want for the ad? I have no money.
Our super nerd 3s, the ones who went further beyond, are Pigeon Salad and Seth. Thank you guys for being super nerd 3s. And our super nerd 2s are May Thrust. I'm gonna go because I know they were commenting. May Thrust bust. May Thrust.
Thirst.
A bust
Is it
and thirst. There we go. Chicken wings. Unfortuna event. Okay. Nuclear winter. Redacted. Masked bear. Advent. Reese the frog. Squatchin. Gospel of Lamb. Voltage Mike. Strawberry Blonde. Dracula Moon. Lisa M. Asmo. Illicit Assassin. Harles Barkley. Twilight Midna. Iron Duck. And Rachel. And finally, for our super nerd ones, which you can become, by the way, for just $1, is Micken, King TL, John Bon Zombie, McMuffin, Gigi Hearts, Moody Morgan, Lady Nerd Artist, The Gaming Witch, Moots, Chris the Narc, Spectre, Maggie Edits, Jessica Pizzle, Daniel J, Annie, Marble, D-Max, Mike the Bike, and P. Paul Riveter. Thank you all so much for for being members of the channel. Squatchin, you got anything to say to the audience before we head out?
Bye again.
This is a first-rate town, but all you ever notice are the ways it stretched too far. And it has been knocked down, while some of us are still left here between the scars. But when you look around, all you ever notice is you cannot see the stars. This is a first-rate town, you know. You just can't see very far. When the last door closed, you packed your clothes and went back to Montreal. Said it was colder there, which still hangs in the air. It helps you forget it all. You left an empty bookshelf that I didn't fill till fall. This is a first-rate town, you know. You just can't see it at all. Well, it will fade as all things must. I loved you, but you didn't love me enough. Winter comes, the car will rust. I'll start it up, then always run a little rough. This is a first-rate town, and all you ever notice are the ways it stretched too far. But keep the death rates down, it's colder than a winter spent in defrosting cars. We talked a lot of leaving, didn't think you'd get that far. This is a first-rate town, you know. You just can't see very far.